Good evening, Dr. Tammy. My name is Jalen Hazward in your Liberal Studies capstone class. And tonight I'm going to be going through our week two assignment of what does it mean to be a 21st century citizen. So, after doing some of the readings this week and looking at the videos, I thought it'd be fair to kind of break down what it means to be a learner and a 21st century citizen just in the time frame that we're in now. Starting straight off with information, media, and technology skills, we're in a wonderful yet mindfully growing time frame where technology is everywhere. I mean, we're in a era where artificial intelligence, videos, accessibility to technology, it's all very upgraded. It's almost awesome to say because that comes in learning, that comes in occupational roles, that comes in health. We're in a time frame to where we have a lot of opportunity and a lot of things that are directed towards us to use adequately. So the technology that we're having is fantastic, but with that there comes the need to understand how to use these things and how to apply them. For example, me applying it as a learner 9 or 10 years ago when I was starting high school, a lot of the learning that I would do would be from books or group projects, collaborations. Nowadays, as I'm a last year college student, almost everything is online. It's very independent. Now I know that we're in an online school, but it's still very independent. There's a lot of projects that we do. There's a lot of videos. There's a lot of feedback. There's a lot of great things that we can use nowadays. But it's important to understand how different it is for us now compared to how it was 10, 20, 30 plus years ago when learners were having their approaches in a way different aspect. I mean, even 10 years ago of using technology, I was using things like Google or Bing or Yelp or things like that. Things where you typed it up, you got a quick summary and you broke it down. Nowadays we can get all kinds of information like that, and we can also get tools and tech that will make us truly understand those things. We'll be able to understand the responsible and correct way to use it. So next, jumping into life and career skills. So in the 21st century, it's important for us to understand that we are in a time frame where occupational jobs, occupational skills, various skills, they're going to differ heavily. They are, and it's very crucial and critical to understand that we have to kind of learn to navigate based on what we need. The 21st century skills for a construction worker may be way different for an X-ray technician. We're in an awesome time frame to where things are being very advanced and very developed, but it's important to understand that it can be something specific to what someone is going for. Like me, I'm jumping into this occupation of being a special education teacher. And we're using all kinds of different resources and tools to do things that make our lives easier. Having different websites and different forums for teach resources or lesson plans or use things for IEPs or annuals for students. It's very important to apply those life and career skills, things that I've learned in the field over time. It's very, like I stated before, occupationally dependent. The skills that I learned may not be adequate for someone going into the medical field and vice versa, or someone going into the blue collar field. It's very important that we learn our skills and apply them to what we were trying to use them for in life. Next, we're going to be talking about core subjects. Core subjects is important. I really do feel like nowadays we're kind of taking a different dive into core subjects. When I say we, I think I'm explaining or talking about the educational learning field just in general. I still think the Common Core is something that's used all the time. Math, literacy, history, science, etc. But we're kind of stepping into a time frame to where there's just a lot of different things out there. There's a lot of different facts and realities. It depends on the curriculum, of course. I mean, our public school systems, we're learning a lot of different things, and we're also taking away a lot of different things. So what we're learning now may be entirely different from how it was learned for someone in a previous time frame. Maybe someone from the 20th century, like 1970s or 1980s, learning about modern American history or American history shaping up to like the 1400s or 1500s. It may be presented way differently. So it's important to understand that in the 21st century, things might be presented to us in a different aspect. They might be described differently. They might be presented based on what is acceptable nowadays. So last but not least, learning and innovation skills. That's just the breakdown of critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. We are in probably the best time that we could be in history for creativity. I mean, there is inventions and breakdowns of everything that you could think of. And the beauty of things being out there is that they could be expanded upon. I mean, just going back to something like AI earlier, I mean, not only is it used for many things, but it's creating a lot of miracles. I mean, you look at advances in medical things, looking at how cancer and stuff is being broken down, how diseases across the world and problems such as getting water to places or getting supplies or necessities around the world. There's legit solutions that are coming out because of people's creativity with this modern technology and these modern things that are coming to us. So learning what is available to us resource wise is huge. So being a 21st century citizen means taking the skills and taking the knowledge and applying it to what is common now, whether it's technologically, socially, what works in our civilization. There's a lot of resources and a lot of things that are available to us now. So it comes to us, and it's our privilege, I could say, to have these things available. We just have to get in touch with them and learn them, because I don't think they're going away anytime soon. I think they're going to keep developing with us, and time's going to make it rapidly progress. We're going to have individuals that strengthen these things, and we're just going to have to get comfortable with it and try to learn with it. Thank you.